Hi, my name is Dan. I'm one of the engineers at Gobbler, and I wanted to give you a quick overview of our new Ruby SDK that we just released. It's on GitHub, github.com/gobbler/gobbler. You can view the source, send us pull requests, issue requests, whatever you like. There's some basic documentation on here, how to install it, how to do some basic things with it. I'm going to cover a few of them in this screencast here. So let's get to it. We can go to the terminal, and the first thing you want to do to install it, you need to have Ruby installed. So I'm currently running Ruby 193. So all you do is just gem install Gobbler, and it takes a little bit to install it. Okay, so now it's installed. So now we want to actually use it. First thing I'm going to do is you can either write a script, or I'm going to do everything from IRB, which is the Ruby console, basically. So from there, you just require the Gobbler, because Ruby gems is required by default in 1.9. So next thing you want to do is actually set up your login information. So Gobbler config email, and I set my username and password in the environment variables. So Gobbler email and password. And that's it. So now you can check to see if you're signed in. And I am. Great. So one of the things, one of the methods that's available is dashboard. So if you log into your Gobbler account, you'll see a dashboard of basically your quota, current projects they have scanned, that kind of thing. So we have access to that JSON basically. So let's say dash equals Gobbler dashboard. And you can see that it gives you big JSON. So let's print out some information here. Say projects by type. Okay, well that returns an array of projects by type. So let's actually just join it here and print it. So there you go. I have 15 projects, and those 15 kinds of projects, and the count of them that we stored in our system. Another thing that we store is machines. So a machine is basically anything that you've logged into Gobbler with before, and it stores some meta information about that machine, the OS type, and actually it stores where it's located. So what we can do is a Gobbler machines count, and I have logged in with 12 machines. So let's just grab one of them. Let's say the second one. And we'll say city. So this is Los Angeles, okay? And we can even get the zip code, 90028, and even the coordinates. And spell it right. And there you go. That's actually latitude and longitude for that. We can get the OS type. Oh, this one didn't register correctly, but so now we can do is just we can loop over all the machines and collect OS type. So you can see most of my machines are OS X. A lot of the nils are testing machines, but sometimes it just doesn't register right. So let's now we can do something a little bit more interesting. I wrote a quick helper function here. So say machines and Google Maps URL. So what this does is it loops over every machine, gets the coordinates for the machines that have actually registered themselves. Location. Sometimes the location doesn't register because you have location services turned off, or it can't find it. So this goes over all of them and just makes a quick Google Maps URL, and that should work. Oh, right. So you actually have to call against the constant directly, and there you go. So this makes a Google Maps URL, and let's just open it here. This is not going well here. I included the quotes by accident. And there you go. So I have machines on the East Coast and West Coast. Great. The next thing we want to do is also, in a similar vein to machines, one of the features of Gobbler is that we scan volumes. So volumes in our nomenclature is a hard drive. Hard drives can either be internal hard drives to the machine or external hard drives that you plugged in. So we find all of the volumes that you've plugged in and scan them and also store the same sort of information. So what you can also do here is do something similar. And you can see I have a lot more of those. And let's copy the right URL this time and paste it, and there you go. I haven't gone to many places, but if you had been traveling a lot, it would even it would show up a pin for basically everyone. And this is just a quick hack that I put together just to sort of proof of concept. So feel free to extend it and do other interesting things with it. So the next thing is Gobbler. One of the main selling points of Gobbler is that we actually can do backups of projects, and we can send those projects to people. So a project in our terminology is something that you've backed up. So you say you have a Pro Tools session and you back it up, that becomes a project in our API. So for my account here, let's say Gobbler projects account, I have backed up 37 projects. So let's just grab one of them, say 13. Right, so projects, oh, not count. So a project is, like I said, a backed up project, project from your machine. Now, the way Gobbler works is we actually take snapshots of that project every time it backs up or changes. And those are called checkpoints. So what we can do is here take a look at the project. Checkpoints count is 1. Okay, so I only have 1, but let's just take the first one then. So checkpoint equals that. And checkpoint is a collection of assets. And assets in our terminology is files, basically the files that are backed up as part of the project. So let's say assets, and let's just join that. And okay, so it's actually an array of hashes. So let's just collect relative path, which is the file name, and join that. That's easier to read. And there you go. So that is a project that I have. So I'm a GarageBand project. Great. So one of the other things that we can do that's a big part of Gobbler is collaboration. So collaboration means basically backing up projects of Gobbler and then sending it to somebody to work on, and then they can send it back to you, and then you can work on it back and forth. Now you can do this through the Gobbler client, but we can also do it through the API here. So let's just email this to somebody. So we have a checkpoint. Let's email it to me, dan@gobbler.com. And we also have a public function where you can actually it generates a publicly downloadable URL. So in order to do that, you would say public is true. But I don't want to make this one public, so let's just email that. And if it's successful, it'll return a JSON hash of the basically the information about the project. That's all for now. That's a quick overview of some of the basic functions. We have a lot more that are available. If you take a look at the documentation that we have on inside the gem, or we also have it on rdoc.info that's generated from the actual code. You can take a look and see the different classes that are available, and that'll give you different information about stuff on your account. So look through that. Feel free to ask us questions. We have a new Facebook group called Gobbler Hackers that you're free to join and ask questions or suggestions. You can also, send pull requests or create issues on GitHub. And we are here to work with the community, and hopefully this will make it better for everybody. So thank you. See you guys later.